Look at this. See that? Yes, even I am not immune to the hype. Yes, I blame Linda Carter, or whoever it was that voiced Wonder Woman on the Super Friends, as I'm not up on my 1970s voice actors. I know, wasn't it Ted Knight did Aquaman on that show? I think it was Ted Knight. I know he did some voiceover stuff in the 70s, but I'm getting off track because I actually did see Wonder Woman today. I don't have pop culture immunity, much as I like to think that I do. But yes, this is like the first comic book movie I was actually interested in seeing because it's a character I've actually heard of. It's not something that you have to have read reams and reams of inky pulp to have understood. No, this is something that had actually been in the public consciousness. So, yes, I was actually interested in seeing this. I was interested in seeing what they did with the character. And, so I went up to, I went to take the matinee, because I'm cheap. It's like, I'm super cheap because I didn't want to pay for concessions, so I snuck a Toblerone in my jacket. It wasn't exactly cold today, but I was wearing my jacket anyway, just so I could shove it into the pocket there. Yeah, like, no one's going to tell what this triangular-shaped thing in my pocket is. Yeah, right. But, I don't... Actually, this is kind of a stupid area. They might sell Toblerone at the snack bar. Who knows? Although that was at the mall, so... It kind of evens out. Who knows? I didn't even check. I mean, I had my Toblerone, and that's all I cared about. And we're kind of getting off topic here because we should be talking about the movie. And let's start off with the complaints. It's like, first of all, it's 2.5 hours, and it does not need to be 2.5 hours. I mean, I'll give it this. It didn't feel like 2.5 hours. I didn't ever feel like, gosh, this is going kind of long. How long is this going to go? It's like it was a very solid 2.5 hours. But, yeah, it did not need to be 2.5 hours. Also, you know, if you're looking for historical accuracy, this movie is probably not for you. At one point, I swear, I did not, for the record, but I could swear that I heard Edith Piaf on the soundtrack. But no, it was not her. They were not that historically inaccurate, but it sort of felt like I kind of got the feeling that they just like read a précis on World War I off of Wikipedia rather than I mean it don't get me wrong, it's like the way it was described to me, I was expecting much worse as far as historical research was concerned, but yeah, it's they kind of I kind of got the feeling that they kind of wished that it were in World War II so that they could have Nazis in it. But, yeah. But anyway. Were there any other complaints that I had? Oh, the fight scenes, which were actually very well choreographed and well done. But the shaky cam, I'm glad they kind of reeled it in. It wasn't like Beasts of the Southern Wild, where I swear they got someone with Parkinson's disease and had him wash down a couple of Vivarin with a triple espresso with a Red Bull chaser and then stuck a camera in his hand because it was just like that for 2 hours or however long that movie was. But no, it was not like that. It was only in the fight scenes, and it was just at the point where I felt like I was going to get queasy, and then it stopped. Because I think they're just smart enough nowadays to know what people's threshold for that kind of thing is. It's just like, okay, we better cut it here because we don't want our audience getting sick. But apparently the shaky cam thing is just not going to go away. And the other thing that kind of bugs me is, I think The Matrix started this, where it's just like, she's running up and then suddenly it's slow-mo for a second, and then it goes back to regular again. It's just like that. I just find that kind of annoying. It's just one of those things that I think I just have to be modern about it, because I think it's just going to be one of those things like, you know, rap verses in pop songs or Maple Bacon, where it's just not going to go away as much as I wish it would. But yeah, I'm just gonna have to deal with that because, that's all the complaints I have for this movie. Other than that, it was really good. In fact, what's her name? Gal... I can't remember her name. Gal something. I keep wanting to say Gal Costa, and I know that's not her name, because, no, she's not a Brazilian bossa nova singer. No. But she was Wonder Woman. I mean, she was occupying the part. It was so good the way she just had this, because you have the Wonder Woman who has these high ideals about how she's supposed to be, and she's very disappointed when she learns that everything isn't good and evil and it's all kind of great. I also like that they did that. That's kind of the reason that I never really got into comic books, because it was always like, this is very good and this is very bad and there's no in between. And I like that they can add that into this kind of movie, because it just makes it more interesting for me. I can connect with it a little more. And also, just the way that she communicated the emotion, just through like expression, and oh my god, she was so good. And and in 20 years' time, when she's selling contact lenses on TV, you're gonna look at her and say, "Oh, that's Wonder Woman." When did I get this cynical? But no, I just really, really loved her, and she made this movie. I mean, the casting was overall really good, but it was mainly her. She really delivered the goods, man. And she was just propping up just the whole movie. Because you come to see her. I mean, you come to Wonder Woman to see Wonder Woman, and she really just owned the whole thing. You know what it actually made me think of? It made me think of the, was that 1976? Or I think it was, whatever year that the Richard Donner Superman came out. That's what it kind of made me think of, because, people think Superman, they think of that movie. And as much as I have kind of nostalgia for the Linda Carter show, which I haven't watched in years, I probably should go back and watch some of those episodes. But as much as I have nostalgia for that, this was Wonder Woman. And I get the feeling that, years and years from now, when people, think of Wonder Woman, they're going to think of this movie. Because it's just they just knocked it out of the park, man. And was there anything? Yeah, it's I think it's Lord of the Rings influence, because they really get that epic feel, especially in the first third, where they're in the Amazon settlement. And first of all, I looked at the credits, and there were all these credits for matte painter, and I think they had like actual physical matte paintings in there, because the Amazon scenes were gorgeous. I mean, oh my god, I almost did not want that scene to end. I almost said, this could just be the whole movie. I just kind of want to just be in this little world here for the rest of the entire movie. But yeah, it's the bit with the 12-year-old Diana was that could have been. I mean, that was long enough, really, because the child actress playing her was, not awful. But, I was thinking, yeah, they can get to the real Wonder Woman anytime soon. Yeah, not to denigrate it, but, and as much as I kind of, ragged on it, they were really good about getting the period look of the World War I scenes. I was really impressed by that. The way they got the wardrobe and the the facial hair. Obviously, I'm going to appreciate that. But yes, I just really appreciated how they did that very well, and props to them for not being, for sticking to their guns with that, for not doing the whole oh, we're going to try and intrude modern influences on this. It's like there's a little bit at the very end there, well, actually at the very beginning and the very end, but I'm so glad that they just resisted that and just didn't make it you know, oh, we're going to make it in the present day because, that's what kids want to see. They didn't dumb it down. I really, really appreciate that so very much. And here's where we get to the spoiler alert because, David Thewlis, well, he was really, 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 really good. I think that should be kind of a warning anytime he's in a movie that, because he's just so good at playing these characters who lull you into a false sense of security and then twist the knife in your back at the end. Because it's just like, anytime he's in a movie, it's just like, okay, watch out for this guy. Because he's going to turn on you. It's just like, this is not the first time I've seen this happen in a movie with him in it. That's all I'm saying. Was there anything else I want? Oh yeah, I appreciated the Greek mythology. I'm a sucker for Greek mythology because I was into astronomy all the time as a kid, and I was like into the allegorical illustrations and such. And I remember I really, really was just overjoyed when they came out with what was that movie? Clash of the Titans, because I was really into the Perseus and Andromeda myth. And, of course, I'm here, 9 years old watching this and, nitpicking it. Oh, they got that wrong. Oh, they got that wrong. But I still loved it. Just like I loved this. It's a popcorn movie, but, it's a good one. It's, again, like the Superman movie, which was a popcorn movie, but it stood the test of time, and I think this will stand the test of time because it's really, really well made, and that's it gets the thumbs up from me, and I think that's what I'm trying to say is just this movie was really good, and go and see it if you have. I'm the last person I know who hasn't seen. Actually, my friend Carol messaged me. I'm seeing it tomorrow, so. So, yeah, she's the last one to see it. Anyway, I've rambled on about this enough, so a regular vlog will follow this one. But there's my thoughts on Wonder Woman. So, see you around.